Hi there, Joy of the World family. This is Joy here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around us. Right now, I look like I'm on vacation because I'm in a new space, but I'm actually out having therapy for my brain and my vision and all this kind of stuff in a different state of Alabama. So if you see me swatting and jiving, it's not me dancing, it's me killing off the mosquitoes. And you can also tell from the humidity, it has done wonders for the size of my hair. You too can have big hair if you come join me here. But anyways, I can see from what is going on that there is a quest, a bit of a quandary and some information wanting to be found out, because first thing out was this, and it just kept turning, and it said, which way is up? You're wanting to know where to go, and the answer is down. The way up today is going to be down. And it says, this was left from my last reading, it says, don't go searching, look within. So down, like down, down, down into the earthing, into your root and base chakras and beyond, into the center of your earth, into that thing that burns you up but wants you to set you free. Interesting. So it's funny that that card was out, because Gabo, okay, partnership came in upside down, which it cannot, because it can only be read one direction. So it's about things are twisting and turning, and many perspectives are coming at you right now. Old mindsets, new mindsets, and you don't know which is which. You don't know who is the jokester, the Jekyll, the Hyde, the whatever, okay? And what I can tell you, it is just energy. Sit back and watch. That would be it, is to just sit back and watch, give it a little time, allow it to percolate, take some awareness, be aware of what's coming through, but do not jump on board with these ideas and mindsets that are pressing in on you. They sound like your thoughts, but they are not, my friend. There are things buzzing and moving around you, just like these mosquitoes I have around here. And if you knew there were mosquitoes, you'd be swatting them, wouldn't you? But you're trying to know the difference between what is coming in like fireflies as new dreams, wishes, hopes, prayers, things like that, answered prayers especially, and what is coming in to annoy you, to fear you, to stir you off and scare you away from what it is that you seek. So this says, retain identity, higher self, equal. Freedom equals source of all other gifts, okay? So you're seeking freedom. Free your mind and the rest will follow. How do we know? Look, this card comes in straight up in the center. You're seeking like confirmation of what it is that you, interesting. You said you're seeking confirmation of what it is that you know. Okay, so trust what you've known. Trust the direction that you've been going for the last several weeks, and especially the last few months. You knew you were going a certain direction. You could feel the earth kind of like quaking, not quaking, rumbling, rolling up under your feet. And it was a little exciting, slightly trepidatious. And you're like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But you knew it was it. There was some confidence there. Just the energies have shifted and turned. It's like in a roller coaster. When you're peaking up to the top, it feels one way, and then going down the other side feels totally different. And it's been a bit disorienting to you. How do I know? We have 13 liberation coming in through the center. Free yourself. They're really drawing the attention down here, as these are old ghosts. This is old energy coming about, and it's getting caught up on you. It's kind of like if you feel something kind of creepy making the hair stand up on your neck, you run extra fast down the hallway. It's playing on old mindsets and old little triggers that are getting, that are like heightening your sensory perception, is what they're saying here. Now down underneath, we have these cards that are paired up. We have the Queen of Swords and the Five of Cups. They're asking you to see life in this. What I'm really seeing is this eye. This is almost what the eye is seeing. So if I could turn the card and y'all could see it, this eye would be looking at this. You're looking through, and this is what you're seeing here, okay? So we're here. It looks barren. It looks hopeless. It looks dead. It looks desolate, you know, isolated, that type of thing. This is what we really have. And this is a channel, a gate into a gate of enchantment, a whole new world. And the unicorn, meaning there's only one you, right, is here guarding it, waiting for you. And it is more than a fountain. It is a waterfall. You don't know where the source comes from. You can see it, but you can't trace it back to its original point. But it bears all this beautiful fruit. And that's the thing. You can know the root by the fruit. And the unicorn, yourself is saying, trust me, this is good fruit. This is not the poison Snow White apple that you're going to bite into and fall under some spell. This is the magic of who you are. enter in. This is the gate. This is your mouth. And what you say, let life flow forward from it. So I would give a little caveat there. Be careful what you're saying. It's one thing to begin to experience these things, but once you let come out of your mouth, that's when it's relegated to being your own thought. These ideas that are pressing in and buzzing around your head, right? But remember, this is what your self is trying to show you. Take a close peek. It might be hard to see out here because they're darker, but these are like red pears and these are golden pears, and we are stepping into the pear season depending on where you live. If you're in the United States, which part of the country? Sorry, I hit more friends. Oh, it's July and August when they come in. They're fully ripe, dripping with this honey, this nectar of goodness and sweetness of life. So you're on the cusp, you're on the precipice. Just give it a little more time is what I see as I'm noticing the length of this horn. Stretch and reach all the way up. Make the most of this time. Really get the most out of yourself, navigating it as best you can and really allowing the dynamism of this energy, of those things pressing and taxing you. Yes, they're here harassing you, but it produces something within you, this growth, this springing forth, this ability to respond. Interesting, which equals responsibility. So let's see what that is. Here, beside it, we have number 50, the angel of strength coming in. It says, bear down, take another look, step into this, face yourself, begin to pursue your passions. Trust your instincts. Revisit some old dreams. I see the cycles of life playing out here, and this isn't like Wheel of Fortune, because we often see that like as a captain's wheel, going round and round like the calendar of the zodiac, right? Having to move through step by step. But this is more like a retracing, a retraction is what they're saying. So a retracing of your steps and being able to look back and see what is worth taking forward with you into this next phase of life. So what we have is a trilogy coming in here. So we have the Seven of Wands. There's those green eyes again. Take a look. Eyes filled with life, right? This is a reiteration of letting us know. This is the one perceiving, looking into the future. This is what actually is in the right now. So this is what you've known all along, which is why you could heal and move past your wound to be able to pursue your true self, who you really are, your real rewards, your real riches in this life, which is more than just money. When you can have satisfaction and reward within yourself, coming from that place, these healing waters, it's beyond the fountain. It is this waterfall. It is a source that comes from beyond, the place from beyond. You're saying kind of like from Oz, right? It brings in this rewarding golden light, these robes of majesty, this divinity of delights is what you're saying. Look at the softness in your eyes here. Do you know how beautiful you are? Coming through that, choosing life, choosing to put hope against hope and believe for a better day, to believe that this existed when you were the only you that you knew. Because see, that's the thing, the unicorn can't see itself here. The unicorn is just unicorning, just hanging out, covering up the well, receiving the waterfall, waiting on the fruit to ripen, ready to spring forth and share forth this life, because the unicorn is a symbol of resurrection power. That's why you're having us now revisit. Interesting, aren't you creative? Having us revisit. And remember, you are this. Look, we have another white creature. This is healing. So this is restoration of your power, okay? Because horses represent our power, our empowerment, like full steam ahead, that sort of thing about being able to come equipped. Interesting, and we see you're equipped. But you have it aimed at the earth. They're saying stake your claim. And what's that claim? Well, here beside it, coming in inverted, is the Three of Swords. Stake your claim. Know what your heart beats for. Because ironically in this card, I'm not seeing like brokenheartedness. Yes, that was the difficulty. Remember the wound? Okay? So the wolf represents the healed wound, right? So we're looking at this now. What they're really showing me here is what you cannot see. They're telling me to look through the heart, to gaze through here, and to look where all these points intersect. It's almost like that's where the treasure is. X marks the spot, but in this case, X was the spot, and this is your choice. You're aiming, remember? Hold on just a second. staking your claim. Remember, you're aiming at the earth. It's almost like you're going, spiel, there it is, right here. This is who I am. Getting to the heart of the matter of who you are, to what really matters to you. And we're going to take a look at what that is. Over here, under this card, remember, of retaining your identity, we have strategy, 21. Someone who's crafty, who's creative, who knows how to plan and get what they want, not like a thieving, a robbing, a stealing, a demanding, a commanding, that type. It's more like the ownership of self, of being able to navigate yourself and know how to work to your best light. And that doesn't mean about how others see you. It means working with your energy and the fluctuation of your day, knowing the power points of your day and not just drudging through and pushing through everything, but learning to ebb and flow and to really go with the motion of how it is. Just like a writer, they write when the creativity is there, make the time to write, right? Some people find the time to really force themselves through when it's dry and difficult. And that is important when you have deadlines. But when you're coming back from this wound and you're really following your heart, they're wanting you to follow the juice, the flow, remember? You have all this waterfall, this flow. And that's what you're really hearkening to here, is they're saying, get on page, get on board with that flow. When it starts to flow, get ready, be prepared. So that could be anything from like keeping pen and paper on your bedside table to maybe having a little notepad in your purse or in your car or in your briefcase or, you know, your back pocket, whatever it is, a way to jot it down. Or, you know, most people have a phone with them often. Create a note or a folder of these ideas. Maybe it's ideas, maybe it's remembrances of things that inspire you. Maybe it's a list of movies I want to see or books I want to read or places I want to go. It's being able to percolate and circulate this dripping fatness, this wetness, this juiciness of life that you've been watching and waiting for. And there's another trinity of cards coming in here. Let's take a peek at what it is. So here on top we have the 8 of Discs. Can you see these lions going on here? Remember, we had the Angel of Strength going on about really dive in and take a better look at who you are and what's going on. And really, you could get distracted by the noise and what's going on up here and totally miss that you're the lamb. The softness, the peace, the flow. There's so much, especially if you're in America where I am, about it's got to be hard won and hard fought and press in and dominate and discipline and drive yourself and those sort of things. And sure, that's required if that's what you're always doing, is cracking the whip on yourself. That's the only way yourself will begin to respond, okay? And they say you talk to a child like he's stupid, he will begin to act like he's stupid. We all have our own child, we have our own self, and we are the authority over ourselves. And what they're encouraging here is to use unctuousness, this dripping fat, this wetness, this like lusciousness of life, begin to really take this time that we've had to slow down through COVID and maybe change up the way things move and go about, to begin to recognize when something's calling to you, drawing you in. I mean, look at this river of life. It's ever flowing, it's fantastic, and it's fabulous. And that's you. Sitting here as this is distracting itself, you're face forward, you're facing yourself, you're looking, you're waiting to be called. Sheep are led to greener pastures. They're led on where to feed. And allow it, that strategy, this strategy is almost like the feeding of your soul, quenching your soul. And that becomes a new pattern, a new way, a gift to yourself. That is freedom. It's free from demands. It's free from a dictatorship. We're our own self. Shouldn't we be able to be kind and loving to ourselves? Imagine if we're treating ourselves that way. How there, no matter how we act on the outside towards others, that is like the wolf in the sheep's clothing underneath there. Or in this case, the battling lions, the territorialness. Like, that ain't necessary, and it's not all it's cracked up to be. They're asking, as we usher in this new era, to really be gentle with ourselves, kind with ourselves, and that doesn't mean overly permissive. That's still another driven mindset. They're saying, be who you are. Surrender to the flow, to the feeling. If you begin to jump on those moments for the moments that they're there, then your body begins to recognize them as a reward, as something worth pursuing and having and doing, and it will begin to show up more and more and more. This is like our inner child. This is our true self. And it says, wow, if I can trust you, I'll come more. Just like the unicorn. If they know you're not going to dominate it, rope it, possess it, you know, sell tickets to the 3-ring circus where you can gawk on its uniqueness in order to make money. If you're not pushing it out for that, you're going to begin to find this. Look at the bounty. Can you see this Wheel of Fortune? This is the Mary L. Tarot deck. Can you see the beauty in here? This is like a dream catcher. It's almost like the undergirdings of a drum too as well. It's your own skin. I like that they're showing the beat of your own drum down in your sacral chakra center, your center of trust. And that is really reiterated up here with your glory. Your glory is this beauty. Wow. You thought of that? This inner child, this gentleness, this trust is what makes us beautiful, what makes us fruitful. Just like the pear tree here, can you see that? So look at that partnered together. The fountain that flows is the river of our heart. That's sweet. Woo. Walked into that. That is sweet. Your heart is sweet. That river of life flowing to you and through you. Let life be sweet. Let life be good to you. Let life, I have no better words, suckle you, right? Just like the babe, the lamb, the nourishment, being led to greener pastures, this gentleness, this authority and power is a way to lead and guide yourself, not dominate yourself. You have the power to decide. I'm deciding to slap that mosquito, right? To use the power in my hand to take care of that. But you can see, like, right? The house of the mind, the balance, the yin, the yang, the light within. The power's in your hands. The power's in your hands as to how you choose to create and live. For how you choose to do it inwardly is seen outwardly. They can smell the wolf, right? You can't deceive yourself. It's going to be this, or you're going to end up with some of this, right? Now remember, these are just old ghosts. You have come so far. So far. Look at this. Look at the life in your eyes. You've come so far, my friend. Keep going. And what we have here is the Four of Cups. Look at that abundance. This is almost like, okay, I read the cards based on what they are in each deck, okay? Not what we say Four of Cups should be. Four of Cups is an incoming opportunity. To me, it's like a new perspective. It's often, I love it when the cup is portrayed upward. It's like lifting your eyes to a higher way, a way that you haven't known before. You're aware and you perceive it coming in, and you're willing to go beyond status quo, beyond the current experience to get in and bring in something new. But look at this. Remember how we've been talking? I didn't even see that was sitting over there, but how we've been talking about the source and where it comes from. We can't exactly see it or put our finger on what it is, but look at it. I see it as that. Look how rich and abundant and affluent your headwaters are. This is heaven. This is the higher realms coming down, and they're saying your well will never run dry. Never run dry. That's your creativity, your passion for life. As you begin to lean into the goodness of life and to be nourished through that channel of the heart, to be refreshed, to taste the sweetness, the goodness of life, to honor how far you've come and where you've come from, to be able to walk in this energy. Look at that. To be who you truly are. Look at what this does. This makes you the King of Swords, the master of creativity, the mastermind. Look at him. Take a close look. The mastermind. Do you see that bow? Give me a sec. It's that same bow that you have over here. Look at this. You're a mastermind. And do you see that thing that once tangled you up, the ghost, the way that just would foil you and get you entrapped? You are now the master of. So instead of being deceived in the power of deceit you're now walking in that dragon energy, which makes sense, that deep dive, right? That going down to that like lava molten core, center of the earth fantasticness. But just like a pump, just like it priming up all the waters, all of life, they come from the very center. You are so smart. Remember that river, the flood? We're going to put it this way. Hold on, hold on, hold on. In the center of our heart, in the center of your world. Life says, let me love you. Let me show you through my perspective, is what life is saying. Let me show you how to love you. Let me love you down. Let me love you with gentleness. Let me love you with honor and respect, and woo you in to my loving arms. Woo you into my majesty, my imagination, my creativity, and show you what a mastermind you are, what this power is for, what this creativity is for, and how it is made to work in this world, into humanity, to make the creative, kinetic, connecting difference. What a change. I like that. That's fantastic. So don't go searching, friend. Look within. I love you. You're rich. You're abundant. And I'm so glad we're part of this world together. I'm glad we're connected through this channel. Make sure you leave me a comment if you'd like. I enjoy checking in with you guys. This is Joy. See you later.